Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Sunday night. Hi, Andra. How are you?
Good. How you doing, Donna?
I'm doing well. I wasn't sure if I was actually going to get on here again tonight. Up until about 20 minutes ago, it's been a rough week since last Sunday.
Yeah.
Rough week. I left you guys all Sunday night with that wicked headache, and I wound up in the emergency room, and they said it was all viral. But Andrew and I were just talking. I had my ups and downs all week. I felt like I couldn't. My head was too big for my neck. I'd wake up. Poor Bella. She was so good. Um, I wake up and I'd be like, I got to give her attention, and I'd give her an hour, and then I'm like, girl, you got to go back to bed with me. It was that kind of a week, and then like I said, and then all of a sudden I was feeling good, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm kicking this. Well, yesterday I would have thought I was a seal, to the point where I was coughing and both boys, everybody was here last night. Vinny and Shannon cooked for the family, and both boys were looking at me. I'm like, Amelia, it doesn't hurt. It just sounds worse than it is, sort of a thing. And to the point where it was it, it was difficult. It wasn't hurtful, but it was difficult. And I wound up taking the nebulizer machine out. Thank God I had it, because the moment I did that treatment, I was like, wow, I can actually breathe. But they sent me home from the hospital saying, just take ibuprofen and Motrin. I'm sorry, Motrin and Tylenol and piggyback them. You'll be fine. 1 week later, and I'm like, it's still not gone, but but 20 minutes ago, I was nauseous. I was like, where's that coming from now?
Yeah. Have you been able to drink fluids and eat?
Oh my gosh, drinking, I feel like I'm a camel. Uh, Gatorade, waters, ginger ale.
Mm-hmm.
Vinny has been cooking
Mm-hmm.
tons of food. I know we talked. I craved First thing I craved was salt and vinegar potato chips.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing I craved, Vinny made pasta and broccoli. Then I craved vanilla ice cream.
Hmm.
And then I think the next day I craved New York strip steaks. And um, that was that was the end of my cravings. Like, I guess my body was calling for those things.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
yes, eating and drinking.
if we were a little bit younger in those childbearing years, I'd have had different questions. Sorry.
Can't do that to me. Excuse me.
Well, how about I say hello to everyone?
Please do that. Please do that.
Hello, Wendy and Bobby's here. Janet's here. Said I'll be driving soon, so I won't be commenting much. Got it. Got it. Robin Hawkins is here. Let's see. Yvette Allen is here. Judy, hello. Jason's here. Everybody saying hi. Jen Steffes is here. Jean is here. Hi, Piper. I know I've got stuff everywhere. I'm sorry, y'all. He's yelling too, so I'm gonna have to tend to him in just a moment.
Patty, we're going to get into that. Go ahead. You tend to Piper. Go ahead. You want to
Let's
go
see.
to feed him? Is that what he
I'm gonna
wants?
do. No, I'm gonna do it in a minute. He's
Okay.
coming to say hello now. As soon as he gets a little closer, he'll say hello to everyone. Hi, Rhonda. Let's see. Okay, Patty, thank you for. Maybe I'll go in and post a link when I get a second here, or maybe Bev or somebody already did it, or Shar.
Jean, I always get travel insurance, even for airplane travel. I always take it.
Hi,
So
Gretchen.
that's by choice, honey.
So Jason said they say you should always get travel insurance, especially for a cruise. Make sure it has a medical component as well. I've seen people have to People have 2,000 pay thousands for medical issues.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Amy M. And budgeting by Amy. Hello. Lisa also said, Jean, yes, on the travel insurance, you can work with the travel agent. Hi, Jen. Jen O is here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm glad Donna's feeling a little bit better too. Hi, PA. Onisa's here. Chrissy, hello. And Steph, I see her. I think that's the end. Yes. That's everyone
Okay.
so far. I'm gonna mute and
I don't know what she went. I don't know what she said last. Okay, we got a couple of amazing things. So while she's not here, I'm going to present really quick my screen, and I want to like stand up and give a standing ovation. Do you see this? I'm going to link this now down below. But remember, I am in StreamYard. So if one of my moderators or even she herself can repost this with a link, it would be amazing. So She Persisted Budget and Savings is our very own Lisa. Lisa Williams, who's been my moderator for years, one of my besties, put out her first video and she launched her channel, and we are all here to support her. So please click on that link, go show her some love. She's done so much for all of us. And even though you don't know it, she has done for me, for you, over the years. She's helped me with the Bug Out book. She's helped us with, even though we haven't gotten to it yet, she assisted with the End of Life book that is still coming. We're just not there yet. She created a printable for us tonight. So please, everybody, clap your hands and congratulate Lisa for starting a YouTube channel and putting out her first video.
whoop, whoop, whoop.
I mean, that deserves
Go
a bell.
girl.
That deserves bells.
I don't even have my bell.
So please go subscribe, go show her some love, and let's like, hats off. Because you know what? I've talked budget and savings with her for a few years now, and let me tell you, she could bring something to the table. Everybody can bring something to the table. Remember I tell you they're about the crumbs. Everybody drops crumbs. It's up for us to pick up each one that fits into us.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just like, to your point, she's just a great sounding board, and like she's always there to help encourage us. She's always like got this other perspective, and she'll say, well, what about this and what about this? And I'm like, okay, thank you. Because between her and Donna and then Steph, when we get together, I'm like, oh, mind blown. So yeah, great job, Lisa. We're so proud of you. Ready to support and blow up your chat?
Jason, I know you're here. Can I ask if I send you, instead of me posting these links and you guys having to cut and paste, Jason, if I send you the 2 links that I'm giving everybody tonight, would you post them? Would you send them out into this so that they just have to click on it? Would you mind? I'm sure he doesn't mind. I'm going to send it to him in an email.
Yeah, he said send them over.
All right, it's coming right now. We have 2 printables for tonight. Now, what is happening tonight? I think they're going to be great, so you guys grab them. Jason, can check them for me first before you post. One's going to be the printable for the book, which is the questions to go along with like a book club kind of a chat for The Secret. And the other one is the 7, I forget what the heck the name of it is. I printed it. It's over there. Hermetic principles that we talked about last week. I know I'm throwing a lot at you all. This is how I thought that it would work for the book and talking about it. So a few weeks ago, Andrew brought up, maybe we have facilitators. And I was just like, ooh, I'm like, right, Andrea? I was like, I love it. I love that idea. And Andrea planted an amazing seed. Ooh, didn't mean that. And I got to thinking about it. So what if each week we read a chapter together, right? It'll take less than 2 hours, right? We read, we stop, we talk, we discuss. We read, and we read along. Now, if this goes well tonight, I was thinking that each week we can introduce someone new if they would like to read the next chapter. Invite them on the live. If you want to show your face, you show your face. If you don't want to show your face, you don't have to show your face. I was thinking that. Now, the other great thing is, check this out. I am going to show you something that I found today, totally by accident, that we're going to use tonight. Hold on. And I'm actually going to send this to Jason too, so he can link it if he doesn't mind. And what it is this is awesome. I don't know how we found it, but it's the actual book in PDF form. So if you cannot afford the book, you can actually go read it in PDF form on the internet. So I thought that tonight, while Lisa was reading it, I could actually have it on the screen and scroll as she reads it. What do you guys all think of that?
Anne Marie is here and Elizabeth is here. Hello.
All right.
Looks like we have a volunteer for next week. Thank you, Jen. Okay, Jason just posted the, that must be the site for the book read along. And then he posted the drive, the Google Drive. Hi, Christine.
And you got the printable from me, right? So we should have this printable. Then we should have Lisa's printable, which I did not print. I printed 2 of The Secret. And you guys should have the third link to the book. All right. With no further ado, I'm going to remove this for now. And let's invite Lisa into the group. Hi, Lisa. Congratulations on your new channel.
Thank you. Hey, everyone. I hope everyone's having a good weekend.
You too.
I had a great weekend trying to learn all kinds of craziness, but.
Well, when you learn some of that, you could teach us too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just going to address Jen real quick. Jen, I did not buy that. I did buy it, but I ordered it like Friday. And I actually picked up the YouTube book and I was looking at it and I'm like, ooh, I said to Mama Bear today, I can't look at that yet. I want to get through The Secret and then I'll get into the YouTube, because that's like a pamphlet book. That's so thin, small, and easy. But are you ready to read us a story?
I am. Are you guys ready to listen? I will tell you, I'm not as animated as Miss Judy, but I'll give it a shot.
Okay, ready? I'm ready. I'm going to pull it up.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to mute me and have at it, Lee.
All right. Can you go to the very top of that?
Donna, does it have a viewer like where all the stuff on the side can go away?
Oh yeah, if you can make it full screen, but you actually need to go down because that's just her forward. So like page, no, go up a little bit. Up. Keep going. Right there, like page 17. What looks like 17. Yeah. Okay. What is The Secret? Bob Proctor. You've probably been sitting there wondering, what is The Secret? I'll tell you how I've come to understand it. We all work with one infinite power. We all guide ourselves by exactly the same laws. The natural laws of the universe are so precise that we don't even have any difficulty building spaceships. We can send people to the moon, and we can time the landing with the precision of a fraction of a second. Where'd you go? Go up. Keep going up. It's on 17. Right there. Right there. Yeah. I'm in the second paragraph. Wherever you are, India, Australia, New Zealand, Stockholm, London, Toronto, Montreal, or New York, we're all working with one power, one law. It's attraction. The secret is the law of attraction. Everything that's coming into your life, you are attracting into your life, and it's attracted to you by virtue of the images you're holding in your mind. It's what you're thinking. Whatever is going on in your mind, you are attracting to you. Every thought of yours is a real thing, a force. The greatest teachers who have ever lived have told us that the law of attraction is the most powerful law in the universe. Poets such as William Shakespeare, Robert Browning, and William Blake delivered it in their poetry. Musicians such as Ludwig van Beethoven expressed it through their music. Artists such as Leonardo da Vinci depicted it in their paintings. Great thinkers, including Socrates, Plato, Ralph Waldo Emerson, I don't know that name, Sir Francis Bacon, Sir Isaac Newton, John Wolfgang von Goethe, and Victor Hugo shared it in their writings and teachings. Their names have been immortalized, and their legendary existence has survived centuries. Religions such as Hinduism, Hermetic traditions, Buddhism, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, and civilizations such as the ancient Babylonians and Egyptians delivered it through the writings and stories. Recorded throughout the ages in all its forms, the law can be found in ancient writings through all the centuries. It was recorded in stone in 3000 BC. Even though some coveted this knowledge, and indeed they did, it has always been there for anyone to discover. The law began at the beginning of time. It has always been and will always be. It is the law that determines the complete order in the universe. Every moment of your life and every single thing you experience in your life. It doesn't matter who you are or where you are. The law of attraction is forming your entire life experience. And this all-powerful law is doing that through your thoughts. You are the one who you are the one who calls the law of attraction into action, and you do it through your thoughts. In 1912, Charles Haanel described the law of attraction as the greatest and the most infallible law upon which the entire system of creation depends. A quote from Bob Proctor: "Wise people have always known this. You can go right back to the ancient Babylonians. They've always known this. It's a small, select group of people." The ancient Babylonians and their great prosperity have been well documented by scholars. They are also known for creating one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Through their understanding and applications of the law of the universe, they became one of the wealthiest races in history. Why do you think that 1% of the population earns around 90% of all the money that's being earned? Do you think that's an accident? It's designed that way. They understand something. They understand the secret. And now you are being introduced to the secret. People who have drawn wealth into their lives used the secret, whether consciously or unconsciously. They think thoughts of abundance and wealth, and they do not allow any contradictory thoughts to take root in their minds. Their predominant thoughts are of wealth. They only know wealth, and nothing else exists in their minds, whether they are aware of it or not. Their predominant thoughts of wealth are what brought wealth to them. It is the law of attraction in action. A perfect example to demonstrate the secret, and the law of attraction in action is this. You may know people who acquired massive wealth, lost it all, and within a short time acquired massive wealth again. What happened in these cases, whether they knew it or not, is that their dominant thoughts were on wealth. That is how they acquired it in the first instance. Then they allowed fearful thoughts of losing the wealth to enter their minds, until those fearful thoughts of loss became their dominant thoughts. They tipped the scales from thinking thoughts of wealth to thinking thoughts of loss, and so they lost it all. Once they had lost it, however, the fear of loss disappeared, and they tipped the scales back with the dominant thoughts of wealth, and wealth returned. The law responds to your thoughts, no matter what they be. So I wanted to pause right here because I think that is a really good kind of moment to kind of ask the village, have you encountered where your thoughts, where you had something, say you had a great job, and then you're afraid, you begin fearing of losing the job or a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and you start, what if I lose them? And then it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? You lose them. Has that happened to anyone? Anyone want to share with the village? I'm going to put up the comments so I can see.
I think that's a great point or question, Lisa, because as you were reading, I was thinking, and I've listened to the first chapter on my iPad, so I love the refresher, but I was immediately thinking about how, for me, like growing up with this more poverty mindset,
Mm-hmm.
um, I think is another thing besides what we've talked about before with my example. But, and thinking back, like, why was I always spending and always like thinking I needed more and worrying
Right.
about what I didn't have? Well, I know for me, a lot of that is coming from, the poverty mindset. Let me hurry up and stack up these things because I may not have it. And so it was fear, right?
Right.
And that
Right.
never helped me do anything well. So yeah, definitely I have that experience.
Yeah, that's a good example.
I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I'm
you can.
my brain is in overdrive.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It
Jen
is a lot.
says yes too many times, like when she couldn't save her home. And then Jason says, I definitely had that loss of confidence in jobs in the past and feared, what if I can't do this? Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
so Wendy, you're putting that negativity or that uncomfortable feeling out there. Is that what you're saying?
Wow.
Because, I mean, we've heard these comments, these sayings, right? Fake it till you make it, and, believe in yourself. And, uh, Donna and I have talked about this a lot with the beginning of this year. Well, it was really the end of last year, how she felt this need to do these affirmations, right? And we started doing monthly affirmations. That's really what this is. This is really getting you to, when the negative comes in, you immediately push it out. You don't allow it to take root. You don't allow it, and you do it consciously, so your subconscious can follow you. But you actually awake in your conscious being, say no. And if you're, religious, not today, Satan, all those kinds of sayings, right? They're for a reason. They truly are, and they're powerful. And when you do get fear, like I'll give you an example. My son last night went to a party. He's 17. Of course, I'm worried, right? So that fear comes in, and I had to sit there and say, not today. I prayed the prayer I always pray. He's a child of God. From the tip of his head to the soles of his feet, you will bring him home, sound body, sound mind. And I even throw in sound car so that he can get home from his car. So, and then that allowed me peace. I was able to rest and not have that fear. But you have to physically, I say it out loud. So that's just how when the fear comes in for me.
Well, Andrea and I were talking the other day, and then you talk about that, raising two boys. I mean, and my grandmother wouldn't go to bed until all the girls were home. I was too young to go out, but my sisters weren't. But here's a prime example of that. I not only thought it, I felt it, every day when I strapped on that bulletproof vest. Lord, help me to remember that nothing is going to happen to me today that you and I can't handle together. I that was, you want to call it a mantra, call it anything you want, but I literally opened up my locker door, and that was what I had to, that was reinforced on a daily.
I think you have to. So Steph asked, how do you release it? And I think that's how you release it. I think that's
Okay, so
you
I'm gonna go into what Steph is trying to.
okay.
Because Steph and I had a long talk today,
Okay.
or as long as we were allowed to talk. Let's put it that way, between her life and my life. So, anyways, my question to her was that question. So she's reading, she's doing her diligence, she's loving the whole secret thing. So am I, and I've implemented this before, and then I let it fall to the wayside. So life gets us, right? Life gets us, and sometimes you just want to vent about it. Like you just want to say, "Oh my God, do you believe that happened?" Right? You want to let it out there, but what they're telling you is, or what I'm interpreting it as, is don't put it out there. Don't repeat it. It happened. Let it go. Right? Don't say it again. Zipper your lip. But how do you get that quick release of just talking to a friend, letting it out, and without letting it out? But I don't think there is a way. I want to hear what you all have to say. How do you vent without venting?
I personally think venting is healthy. I think
But
you're
we're
allowed
putting it
to
into
vent.
the universe, the negative. We're throwing the negative
Right.
out into the
Well,
damn universe.
no, you're getting it off your chest, but that allows you, that's what throughout millennia, right? Women have done that. Like the quilting bees and the canning circles, right? That's what we do is we share the misery and then we all build each other back up, right? So you spill it out at that moment and then you stop, right? It stops you from harping on it and from constantly thinking about it. If you can get it out and someone can give you a different perspective, just like Andra said, when we all get together and we get different perspectives,
Right?
it gets you out of your own head. So I'm going to go back to a class that I took. It's called Crucial Conversations. And a lot of times what we do is it's called the story we tell. We don't know the facts. We don't know really why someone did something, but we make up our own story. And we sit on that story and we chew on that story. And before long, we've created a monster where it could be an innocent, I didn't see you, so I didn't speak to you. I didn't see you, right? I was in the middle of something. But we've made it to where that person is ignoring me or that person is out to get me or like our imaginations want that. They feed on that. That's why all of those um movies, that's why there's a whole entertainment industry to feed on our fears and to feed on that self-doubt that we talk about. Like the whole marketing system is built on, can I get women to self-doubt so that I can sell them all these products?
So if Mama Bear is still here, we could still vent.
Yeah, you just have to let it go, let it out and let it go, right? That's another saying. Let go and let God, right? You have to let it out. I think it's healthy to let it out. If you don't, it's just going to fester inside. But once you let it out, you have to leave it out,
Right.
I guess is the point.
Yep. She said, woohoo.
Okay.
I think crying is healthy. Crying is a cleansing of your soul. When you are crying so hard and you have to take that big gasp of air at the end of it, that is your soul getting in alignment and saying, I'm well. And it's cathartic. It's freeing. I cry at everything, and I'm fine with that. Hey, Misha. My kids laugh at me because any movie that has anything remotely sad, I'm crying like a baby. But I'm okay with that. I agree, Jen. I agree. If the positive has to come out, the positive has to replace that negative.
Yes, Brenda. God will provide.
Oh my gosh, I was talking and my microphone was muted. So if we were just to recap real quick, basically we're magnets.
Yeah, so we're actually getting right to that point in the book. If you want to,
Okay. Let's go.
can you guys hear me? Okay. Yeah, if you want to share again. So, like attracts like. You are the most powerful magnet in the universe. You contain a magnetic power within you that is more powerful than anything in this world. And this unfathomable magnetic power is emitted through your thoughts. Basically put, the law of attraction says that like attracts like, but we're really talking at a level of thought. The law of attraction says like attracts like, and so you think a thought and you're also attracting like thoughts to you. Here are more examples you may have experienced of the law of attraction in your life. Have you ever started to think about something you were not happy about, and the more you thought about it, the worse it seemed? That's the whole telling myself the story, right? That's because as you think one sustained thought, the law of attraction immediately brings more like thoughts to you. In a matter of minutes, you have gotten so many like unhappy thoughts coming to you that the situation seems to be getting worse. The more you think about it, the more upset you get. You may have experienced attracting like thoughts when you listen to a song and then find that you couldn't get that song out of your head. The song just kept playing over and over in your mind. When you listened to that song, even though you may not have realized it, you gave your full attention and focus of thought to it. As you did that, you were powerfully attracting more like thoughts of that song. And so the law of attraction moved into action and delivered more thoughts of that song over and over again. A quote from John Asheroff: our job as humans is to hold on to the thoughts of what we want, make it absolutely clear in our minds what we want. And from that, we start to invoke one of the greatest laws in the universe, and that is the law of attraction. You become what you think about most, but you also attract what you think about most. Your life right now is a reflection of your past thoughts. That includes all the great things and all the things you consider not so great. Since you attract to you what you think about most, it is easy to see what your dominant thoughts have been on every subject of your life, because that is what you have experienced until now. Now you are learning the secret, and with this knowledge, you can change everything. If you see it in your mind, you're going to hold it in your hand. I'm going to repeat that. If you see it in your mind, you're going to hold it in your hand. If you can think about what you want in your mind and make that your dominant thought, you will bring it into your life. Mike Dooley, and that principle can be summed up in 3 simple words: thoughts become things. Through this most powerful law, your thoughts become the things in your life. Your thoughts become things. Say this over to yourself and let it seep into your consciousness and your awareness. Your thoughts become things. What most people don't understand is that a thought has a frequency. We can measure a thought. And so if you're thinking that thought over and over and over again, if you're imagining it in your mind, having that brand new car, having the money that you need, building that company, finding your soulmate, if you're imagining what that looks like, you're emitting that frequency on a consistent basis, excuse me. Thoughts are sending out that magnetic signal that is drawing the parallel back to you. The predominant thought or the mental attitude is the magnet, and the law is that like attracts like. Consequently, the mental attitude will invariably attract such conditions as correspond to its nature. Thoughts are magnetic, and thoughts have a frequency. As you think, those thoughts are sent out to the universe, and they magnetically attract all like things that are on the same frequency. Everything sent out returns to the source, and that source is you. Think of it this way. We understand that a television station's transmission tower broadcasts via a frequency, which is transformed into pictures on your television. Most of us don't really understand how it works, but we know that each channel has a frequency. And when we tune into that frequency, we see the pictures on our television. We choose the frequency by selecting the channel, and we then receive the pictures broadcast on that channel. If we want to see different pictures on our television, we change the channel and tune in to a new frequency. I'm going to read that sentence again because that just gave me chills. If we want to see different pictures on our television, we change the channel and tune in to a new frequency. You are a human transmission tower, and you are more powerful than any television tower created on Earth. You are the most powerful transmission tower in the universe. Your transmission creates your life, and it creates the world. The frequency you transmit reaches beyond cities, beyond countries, beyond the world. It reverberates throughout the entire universe, and you are transmitting that frequency with your thoughts. The pictures you receive from the transmission of your thoughts are not on a television screen in your living room. They are the pictures of your life. Your thoughts create the frequency. They attract like things on that frequency, and then they are broadcast back to you as life pictures. If you want to change anything in your life, change the channel and change the frequency by changing your thoughts. The vibration of mental forces are the finest and consequently the most powerful in existence. So I'm going to pause here again, Donna, if that's okay with you.
I think that was perfect timing to pause. I'm going to tell you that I read this probably in the beginning of the week. I read that part. I got up a couple of pages in, and I, with not feeling well, and having zero patience and dealing with a puppy, everything in my mindset was, oh my God, she's so bad. Oh my God, she's so bad. Oh my God, she's so bad. And then I read that, and I said, Donna Marie, knock it off. This is what I said to myself. Keep repeating, she's a good girl. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. And guess what? I stand here today. I saw a change. I saw a change. I got a glimpse of what that good girl is. And I asked for the signs. What am I doing? I implemented this week after reading this.
That's
and
fantastic.
I saw it work.
Has anyone else seen it work?
Has anybody else tried to implement this since reading the book?
So I've not, okay, so since reading the book, because I have lots of examples in my life, but for me, y'all know I've been talking about these headaches. Well, I was laying around letting these headaches take me out. And I said, oh, I know what to do. And I started speaking faith over my health. The headaches left.
Right.
Not immediately, but they
So
left.
did my grandmother come to you since last Sunday?
Look. All I got to say is that's a wonderful thing. Now they're trying to creep back in a little bit, but I was like, not today. Let's see. Did you see what Anne Marie said? Yeah. The TV theory is really understandable because the way I was trained was the different channels are your choices. And they're always there, but you can't see them.
Okay, so we started the segment with saying how Lisa was saying how Donna started with the affirmations and doing this. Okay, in the beginning of this book, Rhonda Burns talks about how she was given a glimpse of the secret, and then she dove into it, and she wanted to go deeper, and it kept leading her here, or it led her there, or it led her this way, and it led her that way, until she had enough information to compile this book. I'm not looking to compile a book, but what I feel like is we started with manifestation, and then we've affirmations and gratitude, and we've done all of these, right, for the last so many months. What did I bring to the table? Where did it come from? The noise versus signal. The signal is right in front of us. It's up to us to tune into that frequency. There's another piece of our puzzle right there.
I agree. I
Oh
agree.
my goodness. I get so emotional with this. Anybody else?
That's part of the, spiritual too, is even if you're asking and you're declaring different things, you also got to be still and be quiet and listen. Like you said, you listened. Well, a lot of times in this, I'm busy, and I got stuff in my ear, my kids, my spouse, my whatever's calling on me. I'm too busy to slow down and listen to that voice that's probably giving me some clues of what I need to be doing. Okay, Jen. I merely changed the way I was thinking to something positive. Yes. Catch yourself. Exactly. Lisa just said it a few minutes ago.
And let me tell you, maybe I was given this week to test the waters. Like the more, like, do you know how many times I just wanted to be that, knock it off? Like I wanted to be that. Like I don't have time for, like I wanted to just scream at the top of my lungs. But I kept catching myself. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Come here, sweet girl. Come, like it was. I put this into play this week. Probably to now talk about it without even knowing it.
Yeah, Jen has a Jen has one too. I'm on Jack though. Let me go back to Jen. But Jen says, so I spoke with a spiritual healer and she asked me to view the pain I would have in my legs and think it away. And it eventually went away. And also my meditating and exercise. But I have no more pain. Yes.
Wait, where is that? What time is that?
No, I'm on Jack at, where did I go? 7:44.
Okay.
Go down about 4 comments there.
Oh.
There's Jack's.
Okay. Nice.
And then
spiritual healer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
At 7:42, thoughts do become things because thoughts tap into the subconscious where the subconscious doesn't know the difference between truth and lies.
Where do you want me to go?
7:42, Jen Steffes. She asked, anyone have a vision board? I don't have an updated one, but all the things I can recall are already similar to yours, Jen. Next year I'll need to update it because one of my dreams will finally come true. I'll finally become an RN. So woo, that's awesome. But yeah, mine, the things that were on mine, the traveling and the home and the this and that, and I'm about to retire from my career, like that's all coming to pass.
Wow. Patty says, turn negative thinking to a positive thought and see the situation turn around.
Yeah.
Thoughts do become things because thoughts trap into the subconscious where the subconscious doesn't know the difference between the truth and the lies. Oh my gosh. We were talking today, Mama Bear and I, and there's so many parts of our brains that we don't even get to use. And I feel like we're expanding. Love it.
Hey, Donna B. I think this is where ADHD helps. I'm bad for throwing away thoughts and never thinking them again, and even totally forgetting about them once I focus on music, TV, crafting, etc. It's gone. So for you, it's like a fleeting thought.
It's like
because a lot of people, you fester on it. You have anxiety. I have anxiety. I fester, and I'm like, nope. We have to turn this back around. It's going to be fine. God's going to work it out.
Maybe can't make promises. Well, maybe Friday night I try to make your live, God willing, and we go over all of our vision boards. Do you still have that link?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we, how many people here have a vision board with Andra?
I think we did that with you. Are you talking about? Wait, which one are you talking about?
We did vision boards on a slideshow.
I'm gonna go. You keep talking. I'm gonna go dig that up.
All right, Lisa, you want to say anything, honey?
No, I'm good. I'm just listening to the chat.
Okay. Do you want to continue reading? And then Andrew, you'll tell us when we come back.
Yes.
The commercial break is now over. Please enjoy the rest of the show.
Right.
I see a tail. Hey, Zippy.
Okay, see yourself living in abundance and you will attract it. It works every time with every person. As you think of yourself living in abundance, you are powerfully and consciously determining your life through the law of attraction. It's that easy. But then the most obvious question becomes, why isn't everyone living the life of their dreams? Attract the good instead of the bad. And Anne-Marie, this is where what you just said, it's like so timely. Here's the problem. Most people are thinking about what they don't want, and they're wondering why it shows up over and over again. The only reason why people do not have what they want is because they are thinking more about what they don't want than what they do want. Listen to your thoughts and listen to the words you are saying. The law is absolute, and there are no mistakes. An epidemic worse than any plague that humankind has ever seen has been raging for centuries. It is the don't want epidemic. People keep this epidemic alive when they predominantly think, speak, act, and focus on what they don't want. But this is the generation that will change history because we are receiving the knowledge that can free us of this epidemic. It begins with you, and you become a pioneer of this new thought movement by simply thinking and speaking about what you want. The law of attraction doesn't care whether you perceive something to be good or bad, or whether you don't want it or whether you do want it. It's responding to your thoughts. So if you're looking at a mountain of debt, feeling terrible about it, that's the signal you're putting out into the universe. I feel really bad because of all of this debt I've got. You're just affirming it to yourself. You feel it on every level of your being. That's what you're going to get more of. The law of attraction is a law of nature. It is impersonal, and it does not see good things or bad things. It is receiving your thoughts and reflecting back to you those thoughts as your life experience. The law of attraction simply gives you whatever it is you're thinking about. Lisa Nichols, the law of attraction is really obedient. When you think of the things that you want and you focus on them with all of your intention, then the law of attraction will give you exactly what you want every time. When you focus on the things that you don't want, I don't want to be late. I don't want to be late. The law of attraction doesn't hear that you don't want it. It manifests the things that you're thinking of. And so it's going to show up over and over again. The law of attraction is not biased to what wants or don't want. When you focus on something, no matter what it happens to be, you're really calling that into existence. When you focus your thoughts on something you want and you hold that focus, you are in that moment summoning what you want with the mightiest power in the universe. The law of attraction doesn't compute don't or not or no or any other words of negation. As you speak words of negation, this is what the law of attraction is receiving. I don't want to spill something on this outfit. I want to spill something on this outfit, and I want to spill more things. I don't want a bad haircut. I want bad haircuts. I don't want to be delayed. I want delays. I don't want that person to be rude to me. I want that person and more people to be rude to me. I don't want the restaurant to give away our table. I want restaurants to give away our table. I don't want these shoes to hurt. I want these shoes to hurt. I can't handle all of this work. I want more work than I can handle. I don't want to catch the flu. I want the flu, and I want to catch more things. I don't want to argue. I want more arguing. Don't speak to me like that. I want you to speak to me like that, and I want other people to speak to me like that. The law of attraction is giving you what you are thinking about, period. The law of attraction is always working, whether you believe it or understand it or not. The law of attraction is the law of creation. Quantum physicists tell us that the entire universe emerged from thought. You create your life through your thoughts and the law of attraction, and every single person does the same. It doesn't just work if you know about it. It has always been working in your life and every other person's life throughout history. When you become aware of this great law, then you become aware of how incredibly powerful you are and to be able to think your life into existence. Lisa Nichols again. It's working as much as you're thinking. Anytime your thoughts are flowing, the law of attraction is working. When you're thinking about the past, the law of attraction is working. When you're thinking about the present or the future, the law of attraction is working. It's an ongoing process. You don't press pause, you don't press stop. It is forever in action as your thoughts are. Whether you realize it or not, we are thinking most of the time. If you are speaking or listening to someone, you are thinking. If you are reading the newspaper or watching television, you are thinking. When you recall memories from your past, you are thinking. When you are considering something in your future, you are thinking. When you are driving, you are thinking. When you are getting ready in the morning, you are thinking. See a pattern here? For many of us, the only time we are not thinking is when we are asleep. However, the forces of attraction are still operating on our last thoughts as we fall asleep. Make your last thoughts before going to sleep good thoughts. Creation is always happening. Every time an individual has a thought or a prolonged, chronic way of thinking, they're in the creation process. Something is going to manifest out of those thoughts. What you are thinking now is creating your future life. You create your life with your thoughts. Because you are always thinking, you are always creating. What you think about the most or focused on the most is what will appear as your life. Like all laws of nature, there is utter perfection in this law. You create your life. So I'm going to repeat that. You create your life. Whatever you sow, you reap. Your thoughts are seeds, and the harvest you reap will depend on the seeds you plant. If you are complaining, the law of attraction will powerfully bring into your life more situations for you to complain about. If you are listening to someone else complain and focusing on that, sympathizing with them, agreeing with them, in that moment you are attracting more situations to yourself to complain about. The law is simply reflecting and giving back to you exactly what you are focusing on with your thoughts. With this powerful knowledge, you can completely change every circumstance and event in your entire life by changing the way you think. Bill Harris. I had a student named Robert who was taking an online course I have, part of which entails email access to me. Robert was gay. He outlined all of the grim realities of his life in his emails to me. In his job, his coworkers ganged up on him. It was constantly stressful because of how mean they were with him. That's what it said. How nasty they were with him. When he walked down the street, he was accosted by homophobic people who wanted to abuse him in some way. He wanted to become a stand-up comedian, and when he did a stand-up comedy job, everybody heckled him about being gay. His whole life was one of unhappiness and misery, and it all focused around being attacked because he was gay. I began to teach him that he was focusing on what he did not want. I directed him back to his email that he sent me and said, "Read it again. Look at all the things you do not want that you're telling me about. I can tell you're very passionate about this. And when you focus on something with a lot of passion, it makes it happen even faster." Then he started taking this thing about focusing on what you want to heart, and he began really trying it. What happened within the next 6 to 8 weeks was an absolute miracle. All the people in his office who had been harassing him either transferred to another department, quit working at the company, or started completely leaving him alone. He began to love his job. When he walked down the street, nobody harassed him anymore. They just weren't there. When he did his stand-up comedy routines, he started getting standing ovation and nobody was heckling him. His whole life changed because he changed from focusing on what he did not want, what he was afraid of, what he wanted to avoid, to focusing on what he did want. Robert's life changed because he changed his thoughts. He emitted a different frequency out into the universe. The universe must deliver the pictures of the new frequency, no matter how impossible the situation might seem. Robert's new thoughts became his new frequency, and the pictures of his entire life changed. Your life is in your hands. No matter where you are now, no matter what has happened in your life, you can begin to consciously choose your thoughts, and you can change your life. There is no such thing as a hopeless situation. Every single circumstance of your life can change. So I'm going to pause again.
Powerful.
It really is powerful. It really is. Like, to say that your life is in your hands and that you're drawing your own picture.
Isn't that free will?
It is free will.
Right. Who gave us free will?
The creator.
Yeah. We have the power. We have the power.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go back. Just remind me where we were at. You know when they were talking about the complaint, the negative,
Yeah.
with the person, this is wrong. That's not Robert. Right before
Right.
Robert.
Yeah. If you are complaining, if you are listening to someone else complain and focusing on that, sympathizing with them. Yep.
John is that person. I'm not knocking him. I begged him to read this portion with me time and time again in my life. John is by nature just negative. That's never going to happen. That can't happen. No, that's not going to, that you can't do it that way. You can't negative. If we would go to Atlantic City and he would be gambling, what's the difference? I'm not going to win. Andra can vouch for me on this.
Definitely heard it.
That's just a for instance. And I sit there. He'll tell you, my wife's so freaking lucky. My wife is lucky. My wife always wins. Do you know why? I sit at those machines and I play and I go, I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. And I think jackpot, or I think the specific number. And I sit there and I go, bonus.
And you win.
And I win.
And it's
But that's just
amazing to watch.
I'm just saying that it's amazing how you can implement it.
Mm-hmm.
And I did. And I used to do it. And this is probably why I'm bringing it back to the table. I used to live by this. I was loud and proud with this. And then it fell away. And everything that I'm bringing to the table this year is something that I feel like I need. But then again, you guys have all told me, oh my gosh, I needed that too. So I keep going back, man. We got.
Well, I think that's your full circle moment, Donna. I think you felt, so we've all acknowledged, right? Like last year was kind of a turning point for you with the you offering assistance to your friend and the treatment from that. The reset. Yeah, I was trying not to say the word.
It's okay. It's not a dirty word no more. I own it.
But I think that led you to today, right? So I feel like you had to go through it to get through it, right? And to get back.
And there's a reason why I went through it.
Correct.
And maybe I'm supposed to bring this to the table.
Right.
Maybe this is what my journey is. I have a platform. What am I supposed to put out into the universe?
Right.
And you know, for those of you, all right, we got 42 strong. We're a little less than we did last week. But out of the 42 that are watching, not everybody is going to be members, because they're not going to be able, they could be watching, but they can't comment. So who here feels so strong about this? Do you feel like you needed this? Are you getting the passion? Or are you on the fence?
Am I boring everyone with reading?
No, not at all.
I like what Steph wrote. She wrote, "Don't want is so true. Writing down what I do want helps me change that mindset. I just can't think it."
Right.
Well said. Right.
And I'm going to tell you this. I love my book. Usually I like to write in margins and highlight. For some reason, I can't write in this. But I'm going to tell you this.
I've highlighted the whole thing.
I am going to. Maybe because the pages are not, they're cream. They're not white. And they're not paper. They're gloss. So maybe what I need to do is I need to download this file. I think I need it in paper form. And
Gotcha.
that's when I think I need to come back, highlight, and write in. I need to write in the margins. I think I need to do that. And
Yeah.
what I'll do is I'll download it and I'll link it to you guys. If you wanted to, you print it and write along with me and color along with me. Doodle.
But so I think that's why the whole paper to pen thing is so powerful. And I'm not talking just money, anything, right? So my entire life in school, as a college student, as long as I listened to the professor and wrote notes, I didn't have to study anything because I wrote down, it became part of me as soon as I wrote it down. And I think that's what this does. It's the pen to paper makes it real. It makes it, you can't fake it when it's not a computer spreadsheet that you're just typing into stuff. It's not an extension of you, but when you write it, you have to think about every stroke that you're doing. You have to take your time. I really think that's why journaling is so powerful. It's such a powerful tool, especially for abuse survivors and PTSD survivors. Journaling is such a powerful tool because you're writing, and that becomes an extension of you. It becomes an extension of your hand. So this whole pen to paper with budgeting, that's why it works, is because you have to consciously write down what you're doing, what you're saying, and what you've done. So I think it helps you hold yourself accountable.
Yeah. I'm looking at Jen's comment. She said, thinking about all the things that led up to her losing her home, she realized it was her negative outlook that made it happen. What a reflection.
Right.
Jen, I'm sure many of us can think of something, and that's a really big one, where perhaps we contributed to that. Yeah.
Who here? There's so many amazing comments. I love that Bev read it to her son. I love it that you guys. Who here? Who's it new to? Who's the first time seeing? Not today, but since we brought it up. I know Bev knew it existed. Who here is? They're just learning about The Secret.
Me. I didn't know anything about it.
Lisa too.
Yeah. I mean, I had seen the book when it first came out, but I'm gonna be honest with you. It looks a little cultish to me on the cover and all the different things. My mind went immediately to, and forgive me if someone is practicing this faith, but I thought it was like Scientology. I thought it was like that book, right? That the Scientology book. I forgot the name of it. So I did never read it. And I'm a huge reader. But I thought this is going to be some of that.
So I'm assuming that the me's are the first timers. You're hearing about this for the first time here. Is the me's?
Definitely me.
Wow.
And I'm with Lisa. Like I still don't hear any reference to where I know this comes from, my creator. So I'm making sure that what I'm hearing and reading, yep, that's this verse where the Lord told us this in the Bible. So for me, it's very important for me to be careful when I feel like I might be teetering a line, to make sure I'm giving credit to my Savior. But that's me.
Okay. It's so funny you guys thought it was cultish, but for me, right off the bat, that's a seal. That's a wax seal. That's ancient. That's like that was to confirm that the papers stayed authentic. I didn't see, and I don't know. I didn't see it as cultish. I guess I was attracted to it.
Right.
And I thank God I was attracted. I thank God he put it in front of me.
Well, and remember the movie last week? It says that things that you're attracted to, it's for a purpose, right?
Oh, Illuminati's true, right? Don't you guys think so? There's hidden in everything. It's up to us to decipher.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, there's hidden knowledge out there. we're uncovering new
See,
things all the time.
Anne-Marie agrees with me. She said that the book cover seems cultish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Gretchen. Gretchen, I immediately think of the verse in Corinthians that tells us to cast down those things that are not from Jesus, that are not from God.
Nice.
Yep. I love that book by Joyce Meyer. I have the workbook too.
You're gonna have to fill me in on that.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. I'm thinking that this is amazing. I'm enjoying it. We are an hour and 10 into it.
We just have a couple
sleeping.
more pages. Yep.
Yeah, we have a couple more pages to get through the chapter. I'm like, you guys are my lifeline. You guys are like the paddles. Like, you give me life.
Aw.
You really do.
Likewise.
Yes. I
Right.
agree.
That's how I envisioned it. Okay. Are we ready? We're ready. Gadley.
So the power of your mind. Whether you have been aware of your thoughts in the past or not, now you are becoming aware. Right now, with the knowledge of the secret, you are waking up from a deep sleep and becoming aware. Aware of the knowledge, aware of the law, aware of the power you have through your thoughts. If you look very carefully when it comes to the secret and the power of your mind and the power of our intention in our daily lives, it's all around us. Uh-oh. You're muted.
What page are you on?
It's not going to match there, but it's look where you've got Dr. John Diamartini.
No, just tell me your page.
Oh, 20. Page 20.
Okay. All right. Because the pages are at my corner. Got you. All right. Sorry.
Okay. If you look very carefully when it comes to the secret and the power of our mind and the power of our attention in our daily lives, it's all around us. All we have to do is open our eyes and look. You can see the law of attraction everywhere. You draw everything to yourself. The people, the job, the circumstances, the health, the wealth, the debt, the joy, the car that you drive, the community that you're in, and you've drawn them all to you like a magnet. What you're thinking about, you bring about. I'm going to say that again. That sounded prophetic. What you think about, you bring about. Your whole life is a manifestation of the thoughts that go on in your head. This is a universe of inclusion, not exclusion. Nothing is excluded from the law of attraction. Your life is a mirror of the dominant thoughts you think. All living things on this planet operate through the law of attraction. The difference with humans is that they have a mind that can discern. They can use their free will to choose their thoughts. They have the power to intentionally think and create their entire life with their mind. I'm not talking to you from the point of view of wishful thinking or imaginary craziness. I'm talking to you from a deeper, basic understanding. Quantum physics really begins to point to this discovery. It says that you can't have a universe without mind entering into it, and that the mind is actually shaping the very thing that is being perceived. If you think about the analogy of being the most powerful transmission tower in the universe, you will see the perfect correlation with Dr. Wolf's words. Your mind thinks thoughts, and the pictures are broadcast back as your life experience. You not only create your life with your thoughts, but your thoughts add powerfully to the creation of the world. If you thought that you were insignificant and had no power in this world, think again. Your mind is actually shaping the world around you. The amazing work and discoveries of the quantum physicists over the last 80 years has brought us to a greater understanding of the unfathomable power of the human mind to create. Their work parallels the words of the world's great minds, including Carnegie, Emerson, Shakespeare, Bacon, Krishnamurti, and Buddha. If you don't understand the law, that doesn't mean you should reject it. You may not understand electricity, and yet you enjoy the benefits of it. I don't know how it works, but I do know this. You can cook a man's dinner with electricity, and you can also cook the man. I thought that was hilarious. Oftentimes, when people begin to understand the great secret, they become frightened of all the negative thoughts that they have. They need to be aware that it has been scientifically proven that an affirmative thought is hundreds of times more powerful than a negative thought. That eliminates a degree of worry right there. It really does take many negative thoughts and persistent negative thinking to bring something negative into your life. However, if you persist and think in negative thoughts over a period of time, they will appear in your life. If you worry about having negative thoughts, you will attract more worrying about your negative thoughts and multiply them at the same time. Decide right now that you are going to think only good thoughts. At the same time, proclaim to the universe that all your good thoughts are powerful and that any negative thoughts are weak. Thank God that there is a time delay, that all of your thoughts don't come true instantly. We'd be in trouble if they did. The element of time delay serves you. It allows you to reassess, to think about what you want, and to make a new choice. All of your power to create your life is available right now, because right now is when you are thinking. If you've had some thoughts that will not be beneficial when they manifest, then right now you can change your thinking. You can erase your previous thoughts by replacing them with good thoughts. Time serves you because you can think new thoughts and emit a new frequency now. You want to become aware of your thoughts and choose your thoughts carefully. And you want to have fun with this because you are a masterpiece of your own life. You are the Michelangelo of your own life. The David you are sculpting is you. One way to master your mind is to learn to quiet your mind. Without exception, every teacher in this book uses meditation as a daily practice. It wasn't until I discovered the secret that I realized how powerful meditation can be. Meditation quiets your mind, helps you control your thoughts, and revitalizes your body. The great news is that you don't have to set aside hours to meditate. Just 3 to 10 minutes a day to begin with can be incredibly powerful for gaining control over your thoughts. To become aware of your thoughts, you can also set the intention, I am the master of my thoughts. Say it often, meditate on it, and as you hold to that intention, by the law of attraction, you must become that. You are now receiving the knowledge that will enable you to create the most magnificent version of you. The possibility of that version of you already exists on the frequency of the most magnificent version of you. Decide what you want to be, do, and have. Think the thoughts of it. Emit the frequency, and your vision will become your life. Secret summaries. So if you're taking notes, I would highly recommend writing these down. And maybe Donna, I'll put this in another printable for the village. The great secret of life is the law of attraction. The law of attraction says like attracts like. So when you think a thought, you are also attracting like thoughts to you. Thoughts are magnetic and thoughts have a frequency. As you think thoughts, they are sent out into the universe and they magnetically attract all like things that are on the same frequency. Everything sent out returns to the source, you. You are like a human transmission tower, transmitting a frequency with your thoughts. If you want to change anything in your life, change the frequency by changing your thoughts. Your current thoughts are creating your future life. What you think about the most or focus on the most will appear as your life. Your thoughts become things. Your thoughts become things. And that's it. I don't have that page. Where's that page? Yeah, mine goes into another thing.
After the summaries?
Yeah, after that little short summary, the book goes into The Secret Made Simple. It's another chapter. So maybe that version just spells it out a little bit more.
Okay. Wow. What did we miss in the comments? Was it Dianetics?
Yes,
Lisa?
that was the book. Yep, that was the book. Thank you,
And
Jason.
um,
Yeah,
let's
good
see.
job, Lisa.
Thanks, Patty. That's so sweet.
Now, I'm just going back. Daily devotions, meditation. Andrew, you did meditation at the end of one of your videos. It was your mindset video.
Yeah, a guided
Right.
progressive muscle relaxation.
Nice. She did. She read that perfectly. Lee, you did a great job.
Thank you.
So, do you believe? Do you believe in the law of attraction? Yes or no?
Yes.
Let's see what they have to say. Do you believe in it?
Lisa, you just hit 100. Yay!
Woohoo! Thank you, guys. That's
Go,
so
Lisa.
nice.
Go, Lisa. So, yes, we got it. Do you believe in it? And what did you think of the electricity example? We don't know how it works, but we believe in it.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the same with flying, right? Like when
Right.
flying, when we first developed an airplane, everyone thought it was
Taboo.
witchcraft that created that airplane. So, yeah, I mean, we don't understand how NASA lands a man on the moon, but we do it.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy loved the part about cooking.
Oh, I love the part about cooking the man.
Right?
I thought it was hysterical. You can cook dinner, but you can also cook the man.
That was funny. That was funny. So, the great secret of life is the law of attraction, right? Just like the law of gravity and the other, okay. Then we have the law of attraction says like attracts like. So when you think thoughts that are attracting like thoughts to you, I can actually go into my brain and pick out moments in life that has happened.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts are definitely magnetic. You throw negativity out there, you're going to get negativity back. If you're, the frequency, it's all coming full circle. We're the tower. We're the beacon. We're the beacon of light. It's what we are transmitting. It's our frequency. If we want, and this, okay, that right there, the whole human transmission tower thing. Take me. I'm the empath. So I pick up on your mood. Your negative mood, I become that. Your whatever it is, I become, or I feel it. I feel it deep inside me. So now I'm thinking that, and I'm going, I'm the transmitter. I'm not taking it. I might feel it. I might get it for a second. I'm throwing it right back at you. I'm going to learn to deflect based on that part of the book.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like building a shield.
Right.
Yeah, because it's hard to be in the midst of negativity and other
energy drainers,
other things that you don't want for yourself.
Life suckers. Right.
Right.
Your current thoughts are creating your future life. Okay, let's take this for instance. Your current thoughts are creating your future life. What you think about the most or focus on the most will appear as your life. So we're going to take Lisa right now as an example. Her current thoughts are creating her future life. So her current thoughts are all based on a YouTube channel, making videos, getting subscribers, right? Let's take her as that example. She's creating that future life based on her thought process today, tomorrow, yesterday, the day before. So, as a Donna Do list, if you could take the time at the end of this night before you go to bed, what did it say to do before we went to bed? Think positive thoughts.
Right. Think positive thoughts because you're going to
Think
dwell on those while you're sleeping.
So let's try to do this for the next 7 days between now and next Sunday. Let's think positive thoughts before we go to bed and see what happens in our subconscious. Right? Let's make it an effort, right? What can you think to pertain to you yourself? What can you think about now for your future well-being?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be, again, my dog, for instance. I whisper sweet nothings in her ear, and I tell her now that the future me needs her. I don't know why the future me needs her, but I know the future me needs her. And that's what I keep whispering in her ear. And I didn't realize that, but there's a reason. And my subconscious knows it, but I don't know it. And I guess one day we'll all know it. But I keep whispering that silly statement in her ear.
Yeah. And it can be whatever. Like, we're supposed to have faith and call out things, even if we don't see it that way. We're supposed to have faith. Those are the things that we desire. So I know I've been saying like abundance and this 100,000 of equity I'm about to get out of my sale for my condo. So I look at the market and I'm like, well, I don't really see it, but I know it's going to be for me. If it's mine, it's going to be for me. So I believe it's for me. So in a couple months, I hope to have I'm going to have my praise report.
Right.
That's something I've been saying.
But you're not going to hope to have it. You are going to have
Yeah.
it.
Did you see me correct myself a couple times?
I saw you catch it. I saw you catch it.
Like, yep, it's mine.
And I think that's what we have to do, right? That's the power of manifestation, right? That you manifest what you want. So I have a story. When I got divorced, I won't go into all the details, but I had to rent a home. And so at work, I'm a Hallmark ornament fan. And that year there was a new home ornament that I wanted the year before. So I cut it out of the magazine and I pasted it to my desk at work, to my wall at work. So every morning that I went in there, I just looked at that ornament. Like, this year, this Christmas, I'm going to have that ornament and I'm going to have my own home again. I just kept thanking the universe for that. That's mine. And in June, I closed on my house because it was in my sight. Every single day, I walked in there thanking the universe for that house that I didn't even have, didn't even know where it was.
Yeah. So when we first moved here, TJ was just starting. I will find it one day. It's somewhere in this room. TJ wanted to build a cabin in the woods. So what I say to my kid, I said to him, do me a favor. I said, here's a piece of paper and pen, pencil, whatever. Go draw me what you think this cabin should look like. Well, he draws it for me. And just as that fleets in, it kind of fleets out. Fast forward 4 or 5 years later, he finishes college. The house is foreclosure. TJ gets this house. And I'm standing in this house. And I'm going, oh no. Oh no. Really? I crossed my heart on a stack of Bibles. I looked at my kid and I said, you drew this house. He goes, what? I go, do you remember when? He goes, yeah. I bet you I could pull it out right now. I think I can. He drew a layout. And it's the house, except the kitchen, 2 walls were flipped. Like the kitchen was on the other side of the wall. That was the only difference.
That's amazing.
But you want to talk about, like, he didn't even know he was manifesting it, but he did.
Right.
You guys talk for a second.
That's amazing.
Thanks,
Again,
Jason, for sharing my channel.
oh yeah, he shared it a couple times.
Well, I'm gonna go into the channel thing because Andra, how many months ago did you reach out to me and say I want to see your debt binder? And I'm like, what do you mean my debt binder? And you said for you to start creating content. That was I hadn't even and my response to her was, no, I'm behind the curtain. Like I'm not gonna do this.
Which wasn't further from the truth.
So I felt like Andra put it in the universe. Donna has been saying it. Steph has been saying it. Like I just had so much faith behind me that I felt that I could step out in faith myself.
Mm-hmm. And what did you say to me? What do you remember the words that you used with me when I was like, "Oh, like you're gonna do it"?
What did I say?
I'm a paraphrase, but something about you might suck or something like that.
Oh yeah.
I was like, "No, ma'am, I'm not doing that."
Well, I even said that last night on Judy's. I was like, I might suck really bad, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it.
No, you're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the only question, we talked earlier, the only question I had was, that one question I was asking you. I just wanted to know with what I saw, the preview I got, like where was that at?
Yeah,
That was it.
Yeah,
but it was great.
Yeah. Thanks, Jason. I mean, you think, I've been watching budgeting channels for years and years and years. And, every one of you talk about how odd it is to be sitting in a room and talking to yourself. And you're legitimately sitting in a room talking to yourself. Like it's
and answering
crazy.
yourself.
Right. Right. In a video that I've scheduled to come out this week, you're going to hear me. I even put on it. I was like, I forgot y'all were there because then my voice goes really low. And I'm thinking, I'm talking to myself like, really? Yeah.
So look at Jesus's comment. And actually, I was chuckling to myself as you were reading. I was thinking about when you were saying, the person, I forget who it was, but or people that they make a whole bunch of money and then they lose it and then they make a whole bunch of money again. And I
That's
thought
exactly what I thought. I thought of him exactly when I read that, and I was like, "Amen, and amen." Hey, Seuss, did you see in the video that I posted? I had I called it a Freudian slip because Andrew, I know you haven't watched it yet. I called it the damn Ramsey. And I caught myself. I was like, I mean, Dave Ramsey.
That's because that's what you think about him. So
exactly.
What is that? Out of the head, so the mouth speaks, or whatever.
Exactly.
Or out of the heart, the mouth speaks.
Right. Donna, that's amazing. First of all, it's amazing that you kept it.
Oh, we're talking me here.
Yeah. You already know.
But let me explain TJ's layout to his house. You walk up steps onto his front porch. You walk into the door, which is center of the house. This is the dining room, and the kitchen is over here. And this is the living room. So these three are just
so it's just mirrored.
Switched, right?
It's just mirrored, yeah.
And there's 2 bedrooms up here, but there's no hallway. There's just 2 bedrooms. Is that not close enough?
Yeah.
So in his mortgage folder, this is always there as a reminder that he manifested his house.
That's amazing.
Yep. And this was paid. My sister used to work for Manufacturers Hanover.
I mean, it's proven. It's a proven fact when you manifest.
It was called the cabin.
Right? You manifest. Yep. I'm manifesting a family compound.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want. I want to retire and have a family compound. And I'm manifesting that. I don't know where. In the natural, it doesn't make sense. but it's going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm manifesting right now.
Well, first and foremost, healing from whatever this sickness is.
I am. I'm not going to let it get me. That's for darn sure.
Right.
So, on a takeaway from this evening, are we leaving on a positive note? Yes or no?
That's fantastic.
Was vigilant in 2 days. Look at this.
Right.
You girl.
Won't he do it? That's a boy.
Won't he? You got to decide. That's right.
That's right. You're in control.
That's it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I think it was an amazing night. Now, we will have, like, you know, we have another chapter next week. If anyone would like to facilitate,
Thanks,
let me
Stacey.
know. If not, Lisa, are you up for round 2?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm up for it, but I think we've got a lot of good narrators.
I would love it. I would love love to have someone jump in. Let us know. Let me know.
So Wendy,
you don't need to apologize.
Yeah, no, I appreciate her comment because all of us are different learners, and
That's
if you
right.
have to, if you're more visual and you need to read it yourself, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
I have to listen. Like I'm better with audio than I am with other means in terms of taking in material like that.
Did you see Brenda's comment?
What's that?
You say people who talk to themselves are crazy or have money in the bank. we can add, we are budgeters and yes, have money in the bank.
I love it.
That's cute.
All right. I think tonight was wonderful, and I thank you both for being a part of this. And we're gonna make such an amazing journey for a lot of people come true.
Yeah, Marie, watch the replay.
Thanks for the invite to come and be part of it.
What did you say about Anne-Marie?
I said watch the replay. She's saying she works Sundays now. Lisa, thanks for volunteering to be a facilitator.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to see if someone's going to put in the chat that they want to facilitate next week.
I know. Wouldn't that be special? You wouldn't want to hear my scratchy voice. I am. It's time for bed. Thank you, Jay. Yes, Jason's telling me, Donna, go to sleep. Thank you for checking in on me this week, Jason. I appreciate it. I do. I'm surrounded by the best. I have Top Gun at my side all the time. All right, everyone. Have an amazing week. You two ladies don't go nowhere just yet. Let's say goodnight to everyone. And I hope that you guys got something amazing out of this evening. I love yous. And I will be back here. Who knows when? Just keep waiting. I'm coming. I promise I'm coming.
Night, y'all.
Bye.
Have a great week.